What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some Nuketown gameplay using the AK74u. Yes, I had to sweat a little bit in this one. We are no longer reverse boosting, like I said. I was just doing that for the video. We're back into the sweat-based matchmaking of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And obviously, I had to go straight meta using the 74u. This gun is just absurd. Probably one of my favorites, honestly. And I know a lot of people like to put the suppressor on it, but me personally, I think the iron sights without a suppressor is much better. But obviously, it's all personal preference. You will also see from time to time that I have to carry this team a little bit, and I have to capture objectives like I'm doing right here, capturing the home flag, because after all this time, we still aren't even close and nobody's trying for it. Multiple times I have to push B alone, stuff like that. You're going to see later in the gameplay, but we really pushed through, and we came out with the W. But guys, today we're here to talk about skill-based matchmaking once again, because some official YouTubers, I believe Drifter, JGod, and Exclusive Ace, dove a little bit deeper when it came to skill-based matchmaking and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and found a lot of information that a lot of people didn't know about already. And to be honest with you guys, after watching Drifter's video, a lot of things are finally coming together for me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I run into a lot of issues when I play Black Ops Cold War, and I always just thought that was a bad running game. You know, just performance-wise, it wasn't up to date, and it just wasn't simply good. But apparently, and this makes so much sense to me now, when you are a better player, or when you are, becoming better, your past 5 games are really good and they're going to knock you up into the next skill-based matchmaking bracket, apparently your connection to the servers are going to be much worse. So all those times my game feels like it's slowing down, or might be choppy, or the connection just isn't right, or my bullets aren't registering, or people are shooting me around walls, there is a reason for all of this nonsense. Now, I don't want to say I'm an outstanding player, but I hold about a 2 KD in this video game, and for a lot of people, that's a pretty darn good KD when it comes to Black Ops Cold War for some strange reason. I think the really good, the top 10% are rocking a 1.5 or a 1.6, which blows my mind because in past Call of Duty games, that wasn't the case. But in Black Ops Cold War, obviously, this is what we're dealing with. And I'm constantly sweating, especially when I play with my more casual friends. They notice the sweat as well. When they hop into games and they play with me and they experience my matchmaking, it's a whole different game. They tell me all the time I'm versing the absolute sweatiest players and everybody's playing it like it's an MLG tournament. And that's just what I have to put up with on a day-to-day basis when I play Call of Duty video games nowadays, I don't get those relaxing experiences because just naturally I play like a sweat, I'm not gonna lie. I've always been a pretty decently sweaty player. I always like to learn what the top players are doing, how they move, how they play, how they hold angles, what weapons they're using, what attach. I always study certain things to try to become better at the video game. So over the time, it just naturally came. And now, currently to this day, I don't really try that hard to do these things. I just naturally slide cancel, I naturally jump around corners. I naturally do a lot of different things when it comes to Call of Duty video games because it's just stuck in my head now. It's just instincts to do some of these certain things. And because I play the way I do, it ranks me up with more higher tier players who do the exact same thing that I do, slide cancel, jump around corners, use the specific meta weapons. Those are the people that I'm versing 24/7, and there is no break in between these matches. It's back to back to back to back competition. And apparently, according to these tests that Drifter, Exclusive Ace, and JGod did, the better you are, the worse the connection to the servers. So you're going to lag more. Your bullets aren't going to register as much. A lot of things that, are caused by connection are going to be disturbing you and your gameplay just because you simply hold a 2 KD. Now, this wasn't in past Call of Duty video games. This wasn't a problem in Modern Warfare. This wasn't a problem in World War II or even in Black Ops 4. This just simply was not an issue with skill-based matchmaking. But for some reason, they tuned it all the way the frick up. I mean, this is even worse than Modern Warfare, and I simply didn't think it was going to get worse than Modern Warfare, to be honest with you guys. I still don't defend that video game. I still think the game is just not for me. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. Modern Warfare is good. It has great graphics, it runs on a great engine, it's well polished now, tons of content. It's just not a Call of Duty game in my personal opinion. It attracted a lot of players. It attracted Rainbow Six Siege players. It attracted Battlefield players, CSGO players. It attracted everybody to a brand new game. If they branded that game separately and didn't put the Call of Duty title on it, I would have probably accepted it a little bit more. But since it's a Call of Duty video game and it just didn't really play like COD to me, it was hard for me to adjust to it. I obviously adjusted. I was holding, almost a 3 KD in that game. I really started trying really hard in that game, but it just wasn't COD. Cold War plays more like Call of Duty to me, but the skill-based matchmaking is cranked up like 3 times more, to the point where you're playing on awful connection when you're just simply doing well in your past few games. I just don't understand where the good days of Call of Duty have gone. I seriously do not. Call of Duty is a casual video game. It always has been. And for the people who complain saying, stop complaining about skill-based matchmaking. Stop saying it shouldn't be in the game. Obviously, skill-based matchmaking should be in the game. Why don't you want to verse people of your same skill level? It's besides the point. Call of Duty at its core has always been a casual video game. If you wanted to compete, some of these Call of Duty games in the past would have competitive game modes where you can go compete for an actual rank that you could show off to other players. But when it came to just a public match of TDM domination, doesn't matter what you are playing, when it comes to a Call of Duty video game, it has always been casual. Always. Yes, on the occasion, you will get a sweaty match. You'll come up against sweaty players, players who want to compete, players who are ready to actually, pub stomp and stuff like that. Usually it's two separate groups of pub stompers, and during that match you'll actually be sweaty. You guys are competing to win, you guys are actually trying to have fun and play and be competitive when it came to Call of Duty, but you weren't forced into this playstyle every single game. It was like one match out of 4 different games you would actually get into a very competitive one, and then the rest of them would be either casual or semi-casual. Not everybody is sweating to the max. Not everybody's trying to drop a nuke or a MOAB or get a nuclear medal. Not everybody in the game is trying to do that. Usually people are just running around, maybe trying to get camos, trying to unlock new attachments, try different weapons, explore the map. There's a lot of things that happen in casual lobbies where people just don't simply care about that. And sometimes that's what people want when it comes to a Call of Duty video game. There's a lot of people that I can relate with who enjoy FPS games but don't always want to constantly sweat. A lot of times we're in casual moods, whether it was a long day at work, a long day at school or class, whatever you're doing, and you come home and you're tired, you're exhausted, you had a very long day. Sometimes you're just not in a competitive mood, Sometimes you're just really tired and you just want to sit back, chill, and play a video game. But you're not very fond of other types of video games. You mostly just want to play shooters. But sadly, a lot of the time, some of these shooters are very competitive, and that's fair. There's games like Rainbow Six Siege, CSGO, Valorant. A lot of these types of games are very competitive. That's just the natural nature of the title. But they have casual modes where you can go and sit back and relax and still play. But the natural nature of the game is more competitive. You don't really see a lot of people going into casual in these types of game modes. A lot of them want to play ranked. A lot of them want to earn a badge or a rank over their name. A lot of them want to become better players. A lot of them want to compete and play for the win. That's what those games are about, and that's why I personally enjoy them. That's why I love games like Rainbow Six and Valorant and stuff like that. I just enjoy the competitive side of the game. But there was always one game that I could always fall back on no matter what when I was just tired, exhausted, and I just wanted to relax and play, and that is Call of Duty. Call of Duty has always been that title that you could just play that wasn't competitive. That and Battlefield, of course. Battlefield has 0 skill-based matchmaking. Call of Duty has always had a little bit of skill-based matchmaking, but in Battlefield, you join a server browser where it just randomly generates you into a team. It doesn't really matter too much. Sometimes you'll have a bunch of good players on your team, sometimes you'll have a bunch of good players on the other team, sometimes it'll be nicely even. It's just randomized, and that's what I personally want out of Call of Duty. That's what makes a casual Call of Duty game. And Battlefield does that best because guess what? You can select the ping you want on the server. I made a video a little while ago, if you guys want to go back and look at that, I highly suggest doing so, talking about the server browser and how I think it will be amazing to see it return back in Call of Duty. Because the best part about having a server browser is you can pick the connection to each and every server, instead of it being randomly generated through an algorithm of skill-based matchmaking to put you in the optimized match and not prioritizing connection like it does in Black Ops Cold War right now, but instead being able to see each and every individual server, how many players are in the server, what map the server's on, and of course what the connection for you will be when you're playing in that server. That's the best way to go. That's why Battlefield has been one of the best casual shooters and probably will always be one of the best casual shooters, as Call of Duty still goes on a steady decline with skill-based matchmaking. And to be honest with you, I guess I can't say a steady decline for Call of Duty because the numbers are only going up. A lot more people are playing this video game. So I'm assuming, as we all know, it's a lot more casuals than we expect. But the hardcore Call of Duty fans are the ones that are being completely rejected here. The ones who have been playing for so long, who love this title. We're the ones being pushed away, and it kind of sucks being a hardcore Call of Duty fan. Because for all the other genres out there, you could be a hardcore fan of any game, and they still do you proud. Battlefield 5 might have been a massive flop for the EA franchise, but just think about the rest of the games that they made. Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Battlefield Hardline, even though they didn't do that great, honestly, at launch, later on, it's a little bit more respected. It's a lot of video games that they made back to back to back. Well, not back to back, obviously, it took years in between each game to be good. But even years after years and years in the Call of Duty franchise, they keep pushing the hardcore fan base away. They don't want us to stick around. It seems like they want to push us out and just bring the new crowd in since they bring in more numbers right now. Obviously, it's all about money for a business. It's just sad to see. It really is sad to see. But guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you leave your comments down below on how you feel about the skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, prioritizing your skill over connection and putting you into these insanely high-ping lobbies just because you're doing a little good in your past few games. But if you enjoyed today's commentary, make sure you leave a like, and by all means, if you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, you want to catch me live streaming some video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.